Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the NatureCity podcast. I'm your host, Carl Pradelli. I'm also the CEO and co-founder of the company, having started NatureCity over 20 years ago with my wife, Beth, and since then, it's been our honor to have served over 500,000 Americans by offering them the best supplements we can make. A couple of weeks ago, I started talking about licorice. I did an episode talking about licorice and digestion with an ingredient called GutGuard that's used in supplements. And there was a lot of interest and also a lot of disappointment that people couldn't get digestion benefits from eating licorice candy. So I thought since there was a lot of interest, I would bring on not one, but two experts to further elaborate and drill in deeper into the benefits of GutGuard and licorice for digestion. Joining me today, and we thank them for staying late. It's late in India on a Friday evening. But I am joined by Suresh Lakshmikanthan, who's the Chief Business Officer of Natural Remedies, who makes GutGuard, among other fine ingredients used in supplements. Suresh has 25 years of experience in the pharmaceutical, supplement, and herbal products industries. And in his spare time, he's also pursuing or completing a PhD. And Punit Dashottar, who also works with Suresh and is a business manager also managing the affairs of GutGuard. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here, Carl. Thanks for having us here.
Thanks, Carl, for having us this morning. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Suresh, I'll start with you. You know, when we think of licorice, most people think of licorice, they're thinking of candy. They're not even thinking about an herbal root. But licorice actually has a pretty long history of traditional use in either traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic medicine for digestive health. So, you know, maybe you could elaborate a little bit on that. And also, what are the compounds in licorice that really help digestion?
Yes, thanks for that. That's a great question, Carl. See, there are two main compounds in GutGuard, licorice. One is glycyrrhizin, other one is flavonoids. And the major flavonoid in licorice is called glycyrrhizin. And that's the important compound that has a lot of proven digestive health benefits. And licorice, as you rightly mentioned, has been widely used in traditional Chinese medicine and in Indian Ayurvedic medicine. And it's a native crop of Central Asian countries. The countries like Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and all the Central Asian countries, that's the crop, it's a native from there. And we source our crop, and historically people source crop from there and then do all the processing and make a product out of it, and they use it as licorice, a sweetener, digestive health, and various other things.
And I guess it's it's not just one compound. I think in licorice, it's really a series of I guess flavonoids or
correct,
antioxidant-like compounds that are responsible for the support and benefits we get from licorice. Is that fair?
That's
fair statement.
Right. That's absolutely right. It's a group of flavonoids that are totally in GutGuard. We have enriched up to 30 different flavonoids, and the major compound, the name is glycyrrhizin. That's what I was referring to. Yeah.
So one of the compounds in licorice root we have to be careful about consuming, right? That's called the glycyrrhizin. Careful because it has the potential to elevate blood pressure, lower potassium, and potentially other unwanted effects. What's your advice for people when it comes to glycyrrhizin and taking either as a supplement or in a food product?
You're absolutely correct, Carl. We agree with you, and that's a great advice to your customers. Glycyrrhizin as a compound, it is found in licorice roots, and it can cause significant health issues if consumed in large amounts or over an extended period of time. See, it can lead to an elevated blood pressure, we call it as a hypertension, and a lower potassium levels, both of which can be dangerous for even a healthy human being. So recommended supplements where glycyrrhizin should be removed, and normally, as you mentioned in your other podcast, licorice, normally people consuming contains a lot of glycyrrhizin, which is not good for consumers' consumption.
Yeah, that was surprising to me. I didn't realize, I was aware that we didn't want the glycyrrhizin in our supplements. What surprised me was that the main, I guess the main product, if you will, of licorice root is extracting this glycyrrhizin compound for use in either the candy or other food products because I think it's about 50 times sweeter than sugar. That was pretty scary to me. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the concerns when you see, again, for those who didn't see my prior podcast, when you see licorice extract on a food label, that's generally, I guess, code or they're really describing this glycyrrhizin compound in the food product, in the candy or in maybe something else that they want some sweetening effect without sugar. They add this glycyrrhizin, which again can be dangerous because it can elevate blood pressure. So
Correct.
Punit, did you want to add something on this?
Yeah, exactly. So in the licorice root, the byproducts of that product is going into candy industry, and that's how we all see that candy, licorice candy and all that for the sweetening purposes. And glycyrrhizin certainly has the threat towards this hypertension and all these things. That's the reason a lot of people use a cheaper alternative that is called DGL, which is deglycyrrhizin licorice, which is the residues are low, but unfortunately the amount required for that DGL is too high. So that is another challenge. When you try to lower the glycyrrhizin content, you won't get the optimum flavonoids from licorice to get the benefit.
Suresh, so if you want to elaborate, you mentioned this DGL, which means the glycyrrhizin has been removed, but I think the challenge is with most of the supplement ingredients that are licorice root extracts, it's not just the glycyrrhizin that's removed. The good stuff is removed too. Can you just explain that a little bit?
Definitely. So, Carl, when your consumers goes to a supermarket or a pharmacy or vitamin stores, when they buy a DGL licorice in the shelves, what they're actually getting is junk. Why I say this because is the licorice that's sold in the supermarket shelves are actually at industrial scale. They use that material for extracting sugars because it's sweetener. And to extract sugar, those industrial scale extraction processes involves very high concentrated alkalis and acids. They treat it with the multiple harsh chemicals. And along with this process, what happens is they remove completely all the flavonoids. It's just nothing but only glycyrrhizin is left. And they call it that as a deglycyrrhizin licorice. Now, what we do here at Natural Remedies is we use a proprietary soft extraction method using green solvents, which are very gentle and sustainable solvents, and with the proprietary technology where we completely remove glycyrrhizin up to or below 0.5 percentage points and enrich the flavonoids up to 10 percentage points. And that 10% flavonoids contains 50 different types of flavonoids. That's the beauty of our GutGuard. And in the 50 different flavonoids, one particular flavonoid is called glabridin, which is enriched up to 3 percentage points. So this glabridin, together with the spectrum of 50 different flavonoids and a very, very low amount of glycyrrhizin, which is below 0.5 percentage, together as a spectrum of compounds gives a wonderful gut health benefits. That's the differentiation between our GutGuard and other DGL sold in the shelves.
Yeah, I'm really happy you explained that because that's really important. And now I think I even understand it better. So when other companies are extracting the glycyrrhizin from licorice root, they're using a lot of harsh chemicals to do that. It's probably cheapest way to do it and easiest way to do it. And that process destroys all these beneficial flavonoids.
That's correct.
Right? Whereas when you talk about a gentle process using, green solvents that are, aren't harsh at all, you accomplish both, right? You get rid of glycyrrhizin and keep all these bioflavonoids that are really going to benefit our digestion. So look, if you're a consumer and you say, look, I've tried licorice root, it doesn't work. Well, yes, it didn't work because there was nothing beneficial in the product you were taking. Is that a fair summary?
I fully agree.
Yep.
Yes, that's a wonderful summary.
Excellent. So, Suresh, let's get into maybe some of the key findings of the research with GutGuard. But maybe actually first, maybe you just describe the key ways that GutGuard works to support digestive health, and it starts in the stomach and continues all the way through, helping support healthy bowel movements. Can you help us there?
Sure. GutGuard has an anti-inflammatory property, and because of this anti-inflammatory property, it reduces inflammation in the digestive tract. And because of reduction in inflammation, it eases the discomfort associated with conditions like indigestion, occasional heartburn, occasional bloating and belching, those issues. And GutGuard also has antioxidant activity, and this because of antioxidant activity, GutGuard protects against cell damage within the gut lines and potentially contributing to healthier digestive health. So the challenges your consumers have because of acidity are protected because of this anti-inflammation and antioxidant properties. In addition to this, GutGuard also helps in the clinical trials on GutGuard has shown it has got a very good effect on H. pylori, which also contributes to acidity. And the results shows that GutGuard eliminates this harmful bacteria, and because of that, the acidity are also reduced in the. These are some of the health benefits, and majority of this we attributed to the motility or improved gut motility. What it means to your consumers is GutGuard helps in the free movement of digestion, the food movement from upper gut to lower gut. It doesn't take too much time, and it doesn't keep it for longer time. The food doesn't stay in the longer period of time in the gut, and it's so that it helps in the easy movement, and thereby it helps overcome the indigestion and bloating, belching, all the gut health issues.
So on this motility, this I guess is a food motility. I guess that's the way you describe it. We're just talking about the movement, the normal movement of food through your digestive system as your body essentially digests and absorbs nutrients and eliminates what it doesn't absorb. If that process is disrupted, so the food isn't moving at the pace it should be, that leads to a lot of stomach discomfort and a lot of things that we are looking to avoid in terms of, like you mentioned, the occasional heartburn or the occasional indigestion or bloating and burping or other things that seem to be more and more common these days. So that's really the importance of making sure that food is moving through the system. Is that right?
That's absolutely correct. So GutGuard is designed to support healthy digestion by promoting normal transit time of food through the digestive tract. This regular movement is crucial because it prevents constipation or diarrhea. When the food moves too slowly through the intestine, it can lead to constipation. Conversely, if the food moves too quickly, then it can lead to diarrhea. So GutGuard purpose and aim is to find the right balance, promoting smooth and timely passage of food waste. See, proper transit time allows the body to absorb essential nutrients from the food, correct, and thereby it reduces the discomfort. Stale food sitting in the digestive tract for too long, as you know, Carl, can contribute to bloating, gas, abdominal pain, and various other discomfort. So GutGuard, by promoting a healthy transit time of food, may help alleviate all these discomfort.
No, it's a great way, and again, I like the way you phrased it. Of too fast is no good, too slow is no good. It's about finding, like everything else in the body, it's about finding the proper balance of the food moving. Yeah.
That's
so
correct. We are saying that the optimal transit time is very important, and that's what GutGuard aims to do. And because of the optimal transit time, it not only helps the movement of the food, but also an optimal absorption of all the nutrients. That's very important.
No question about it. So maybe just turning some of the benefits you've seen in the research. I know we mentioned, helping people who occasionally experience, heartburn, indigestion, and some related, I guess symptoms. What have you guys been able to see in your research with GutGuard?
Well, multiple health benefits we have seen. To start, GutGuard helps in soothing the digestive tract. The flavonoids present in the GutGuard, particularly the glabridin, has a high anti-inflammatory property. This can help soothe the irritation and inflammation in the digestive tract muscle linings, potentially reducing the discomfort associated with the conditions like indigestion, heartburn, and bloating and belching. Number two, the GutGuard helps protecting the stomach linings. Various studies suggested GutGuard might help protect the stomach lining from damage caused by stomach acid or a certain bad bacteria like H. pylori. This protective effect could be beneficial for individuals who have a very frequent gastritis and irritation in the stomach. And also, GutGuard supports gut microbiome balance. See, a study suggested that GutGuard's flavonoids might help maintain a healthy gut balance of gut bacteria. This can be crucial for overall digestive health to maintain the equilibrium between the good and the bad bacteria. And GutGuard helps in antioxidant activities like GutGuard's flavonoids. Again, it possesses antioxidant properties that can help defend against free radicals, which can damage the digestive tract. Overall, this contributes to the healthy digestive system and healthy gut-brain connection.
So let's turn now to some of the benefits that people are most interested in with respect to GutGuard when you've been able to support with your research, which is helping with occasional heartburn and indigestion and some other related factors. Can you maybe share what you've seen in the research and maybe how soon people might have experienced benefits? I know this is not like an immediate effect, right? You don't like take it and 10 minutes later you're feeling better. This is more about, longer term support. Maybe you could address that a little bit.
That's absolutely correct. So our research suggests GutGuard may be helpful for those who occasionally experience heartburn and indigestion. And here is the evidence. Our double-blind placebo-controlled study, which is actually published in the PubMed, where your consumers can quickly go and look for it, suggests that with a dose of 50 milligram, that is 70 milligram twice daily, and for a 30 days duration, and with the 50 different participants, we have found that GutGuard effectively managed overall symptoms of functional dyspepsia, which is upper abdominal fullness, bloating, belching, regurgitation, and nausea, all those issues. The results indicates that there is a very statistical significance of complete reduction in all these symptoms. And GutGuard also helps improve quality of life. Again, the results indicates that with the 5 percentage points statistical significance, it's a very highly likelihood that GutGuard will help overall quality of life because it helps reduce your digestive health like heartburn and indigestion. In summary, if I can put it together in simple terms for your customers, 51% reduction in the total symptom score compared to placebo. GutGuard has shown 51% reduction in the total symptoms of heartburn and indigestion. And 56% of subjects who have taken GutGuard showed a marked improvement in heartburn and indigestion compared to a placebo, which is absolutely 0%. So this particular study showed that GutGuard and with anti-inflammatory properties helps in and soothes irritation in the esophagus, potentially reducing the heartburn and discomfort. So the study duration was for 30 days, but we were able to see results within the continuous use within a 2 weeks period of time.
So is after 14 days was the first time you record significant effects?
That's
relative to placebo. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And did you see further improvement between like 14 days and 30 days?
Yes, definitely. So these 51% reduction in the total symptoms score compared to placebo was the outcome at the end of 30 days.
And what's interesting, we mentioned again, it took 14 days, which is not a long time, to see the benefits of GutGuard. It's not something that works immediately. Helps support your body's processes, as we talked about. Helping support a healthy inflammation response in the gut. The antioxidant effect, protecting against oxidative stress, helping the normal food motility, right? Put that in balance. So it all takes a little bit to help the body do what it should be doing. But here's the key thing, Suresh, I'd like you to address. With a lot of other solutions people may reach for, whether it be antacids or something else, these products are not meant to be used for extended periods of time or regularly, where
Correct.
GutGuard is something, I believe, that you can use for daily for extended periods of time, pretty much as long as you'd like. Is that accurate?
Absolutely correct. See, when people has the heartburn or irritation, they go for the OTC products like various proton pump inhibitors. I don't want to name the brand, but normally they take it, which are in a lot of ads comes in the TV. And if they look closely on the literature which is inside the box, and it clearly states it should be consumed only for 14 days, not more than 14 days. And people continue to take it for extended period of time, which is actually not good for their health. Whereas with the GutGuard, we have 4 different clinical trials, and in all the 4 different clinical trials, we have established a very high safety profile, and people can continue to take it for extended period of time, and within 14 days they will start seeing the results, and they can continue to take for a 30 or 40 or 60 days, and as and when they need it, because of its excellent safety profile.
Yeah, no, it's very important. And again, we don't want to tell people to not listen to what their doctor's advising, but most doctors know that these warnings of these products are not meant to be used for, I think you mentioned that, the label says more than 14 days. So if you're looking for longer term support from a nutritional point of view, GutGuard can offer that. So one of the other areas, Suresh, that I know you've done some work on is also helping support the health of the intestines and the gut microbiome. One of the areas that you hear
Correct.
a lot about these days is the function of the intestinal barrier, so-called leaky gut, where if there's the intestinal barrier is there to protect against things that we don't want to get into the bloodstream, to not get into the bloodstream, where, of course, we want all the nutrients and beneficial compounds to get absorbed through the intestines. How may GutGuard help in this area?
You are right, Carl. Maintaining a healthy intestinal barrier is crucial for overall digestive health. So leaky gut is I would say, a complex theory, and its exact role in various health conditions is still under various levels of studies. So the leaky gut theory suggests that the intestinal permeability is very important for a healthy absorption of nutrients. What this means is the gaps in the intestinal lining becomes larger, and when there's a larger gaps, what it means is the larger unwanted particles are absorbed back into the system. That's what it is called as. And then when it's absorbed in the system, it goes through the bloodstream and it reaches various organs. And that is the leaky gut we are talking about. So leaky gut, while a theory requires more research, it is linked to various health concerns like gut health issues and skin issues, allergies, and various conditions. Where GutGuard comes in, GutGuard with its anti-inflammatory property, we believe it helps soothe the gut lining and could theoretically contribute to a healthier barrier and protection of intestines and prevent leaky gut issues. So currently, I would say the primary focus on GutGuard's ability to prove digestive symptoms like heartburn and indigestion is ready, and we have published multiple trials, and we have initiated a leaky gut study, and theoretically we believe it will work, and hopefully we will complete the study and we can share it with your customers.
Absolutely. Look forward to having you back to when you complete that work. And one of the other interesting things about GutGuard is I think you've done some work showing when you combine it with probiotics or even digestive enzymes, they're very compatible. They work well. I mean, sometimes people use synergy, and that's kind of an overused word, but synergistic effect. But clearly it shows that when you use GutGuard together with probiotics, or at least some probiotics that you've tested, there seems to definitely be an additive effect where they kind of work well together. Is that what you found?
Absolutely correct. So what we did is we conducted one clinical trial, and it's also published in the PubMed. So what we did is we combined GutGuard with probiotic to test how it helps reduce H. pylori load in the system. So it's a 8-week study with a 100 milligram dose and 142 participants with the age group of 19 to 70 years. The we found a very significant improvement in the chronic inflammation with the combination with probiotic, which means the GutGuard in combining with probiotic reduce the H. pylori load, which is the bad bacteria, and with that it helps improve the gastrointestinal symptoms and the quality of life. There is a statistical significance. We have seen it in this particular study. In addition to this particular published study, we also have a stability data with GutGuard with 7 different probiotic strains, which shows GutGuard when combined with probiotic, the probiotics are very, very stable. And that also what we are trying to suggest is when people take probiotic and along with GutGuard, they can get a benefits of the symbiotic relationship between the probiotic and the GutGuard. They can help. It's a holistic gut health benefit they can get.
Yeah. No, it's terrific. I mean, that's the way we're using GutGuard in one of our products, our true DYB product, where we combine it with other complementary ingredients, including the probiotics and digestive enzymes. So yeah, now we're excited that you guys did that work. That really showed they work well together. Is there any? I know we addressed this a little bit, but I want to go over it again because one of the things we're concerned about, and our consumers are concerned about, of course, is unwanted effects or any cautions when using GutGuard. Is there anything you can share with us?
GutGuard generally is considered very safe. We have been using in our traditional medicines for hundreds and hundreds of years, and we consider it safe. But some people, as we always say, that might experience some side effects like diarrhea or upset stomach. And if your consumers or customers experience such side effects, discomfort, please stop using it, and they may consult their local pharmacist or doctor for further advices. Yeah, but by and large, GutGuard being the licorice extract, it's considered very, very safe, and with the completely reduced glycyrrhizin levels, it's considered very safe for all the consumers.
It's highly unlikely that it would happen, but we do have a 90-day stock study. We talk about the safety of the product, as well as recently the University of Illinois has conducted one trial where they have tried to establish the drug interaction. So that's what, like, there are 2 different set of safety data which is available on GutGuard at this point.
No, terrific. It's an important question. I think it was great advice. Of course, if we do start experiencing something, stop the product and consult your physician. But generally speaking, in the research and trials, and I think you guys have been selling GutGuard now for probably 15 years or so. For generally speaking, it's very safe and has an excellent safety profile, which is excellent. That's what we want to hear. Is there anything else, gentlemen, that about GutGuard that you'd like to share with the audience?
Sure. I think, with our experience, we have seen every individual has a different gut microbiome. Their gut health differs from within the family and across the diverse ethnicities. So it is very important to note that the bowel movement also varies from subject to subject. So what's considered regular for one person may vary for other persons. So it's crucial to pay attention to one's bowel baseline and consult your healthcare practitioners when there is significant changes they see. GutGuard is well tolerated. It is very safe, and it has been clinically tested for multiple health indications. And the studies are published in the very reputed journals, and it's in the public domain for everyone to see. And we wish all your customers a very healthy gut health.
Well said. Well said. And, guys, this has been terrific. Thank you. It's an exciting ingredient. It really is. And the fact that you put all the care and extra effort into ensuring that people are getting the beneficial compounds of licorice root without the unwanted stuff is pretty unique in the supplement industry with respect to licorice root. So we thank you for that. And we look forward, obviously, to continuing to work with you and Natural Remedies. And if you're interested, those of you viewing, if you're interested in GutGuard, it's one of the ingredients in our digestive super formula, which is called True DYB. The DYB stands for Digest Your Best. You can find that and other NatureCity products at NatureCity.com. Suresh and Punit, thank you very much. Again, really appreciate you making the time and look forward to seeing you again.
Pleasure. Thank you for having us here, Carl.
Thank you. Indeed, a pleasure.
My pleasure. So that's it for this week's episode. I'm Carl Pradelli, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel to see future episodes of the NatureCity podcast. You can also listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. This is Carl Pradelli, and I'll see you next week.